Second half, except for foul trouble, I thought we were really pretty doggone good. You shoot 67%. That helps you in any game you're playing whatsoever. But I don't like the fact that at halftime they'd shot 10 free throws and we'd shot 3. We've got to be more aggressive with that. And I like the fact that we made our last 11, I think, free throws. That was good. James Michael is still working on it, there's no question, but Leslie and Nate, Marcus stepped up to the line and made their free throws. Feel good about it. Marcus was really something in the second half. In the first half, it's probably the worst that the combination of Marcus and Leslie and JP had played. I think they were like 3 for 20 or something like that at half. It wasn't very good, but the second half, needless to say, I thought we were much, much better, and we got better shots and took a little more time. I think we rushed it a little bit in the first half. In the second half, I think we got better shots.
James Michael obviously picked up his 4th foul, I guess, about 4 minutes into the second half. How worried were you at that point?
I was more mad than I was worried. I mean, we held him out the last 6.5 minutes of the first half after he got 2, and then you should get more minutes than that before he gets all the way to 4. But I just knew, I told Bryce he's got to step up, and I think Bryce made a couple of baskets for us. Desmond gave us a little bit more defensively. I went small when JP got his 4th foul, and I think that helped us a little bit as well. But no, I wouldn't say that I was concerned. I'd say I was more mad because you got to make better decisions than that.
Coach, I think it's back-to-back games. Marcus has been almost a different player in the second half. He had 2 in the first half, I think Sunday, 2 in the first half tonight, 13 and 17 in the second half, respectively.
It's been weird. He's had what have we played? What are we now?
20 games.
We played 20 games. I bet he's had one half. It's much, much better than the other half in 15 of those 20 games. I mean, I'm serious. Is that close, Steve? And I can't explain it. If I could explain it, I'd let him sit on the bench the bad half and play him in the other half. You know, but I can't explain it.
You guys shot 30% in the first half, 66 in the second. How much of that is just getting better shots throughout the second half?
It was almost all getting better shots. We were rushing it. Daniel Miller is a load inside, and he blocked a couple shots, and everybody was shooting the ball inside a little bit quicker. On the perimeter, we were not getting the shots that we wanted because we weren't patient. So I think it's just getting, it's one of the things we talked about at halftime. Let's take another little second or 3 or 4 here to get a better shot.
Coach, free throws have been tough for you this year, but you can expand on that a little bit down the stretch. You guys were excellent.
Yeah, we were. Again, those guys, I really think, I still think James Michael is going to start making a bunch of them, but James Michael made the 2 to start with, and I think they'd cut it to 6 or 7 or 8 at that point, and he made both, and then everybody else just filled in after that. But we shoot them well in practice, and most of the time that does translate to shooting them well during the games.
Coach, you guys doubled your lead when McAdoo went out with 4 fouls over that next 11 minutes from 5 to 10 points. What did you see that impressed you in that period?
I think there was a much greater sense of urgency on our guys, you know, because James Michael and JP both are sitting over there. And James Michael, JP, and Marcus, those 3 guys have been our most consistent players all year long. And so with 2 of them sitting over there on the bench, I think everybody understood and raised their level of play a little bit. You know, we got a couple of baskets from Bryce in there when they, I think it was 5, and Steve, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they cut it to 2 with the 3 right then, and I think Marcus answered with the 3 on the other end immediately, which may have been his first 3 of the second half. So everybody else just upped their level of play a little.
Was that sense of urgency something you talked to the guys about?
Only 388 days out of a year. I mean, to me, it's the whole key of a good basketball team. Can you play with a great sense of urgency? And I think we did on Saturday, and I think we did for the second half today, but we did not for the first half. Except then, I mean, we couldn't stop them. They just took it out of bounds and take it right down the court and laid it up on us for about 3 or 4 possessions.
What challenges, if any, did the travel difficulties?
You know, we were so much more fortunate. You know, people had it ready for an excuse, and I told them we were lucky. I mean, a lot of people out there 15 and 20 hours in the car. We didn't have any problems. I mean, we were going to get here about 8:30. We got to the hotel about 1:30. We rode the MARTA and carried our own bags instead of having a nice, comfortable bus. We got in, and somebody said we walked 6 blocks. You know, if you walk 6 blocks, I was surprised. I walked it myself, carried 2 bags. I didn't think it was that far. It was more like 2 or 3, but it was a tough situation in Atlanta. You know, I would not have said one thing about that if we had lost, because I thought it was we were so much more fortunate than all those other people out there.
Kennedy Meeks had 10 rebounds and 9 points, didn't miss a shot. Can you talk about his development as a freshman and how big of an impact he's had on the team this year?
Well, he's doing better. He's got to play better defense. You know, at the end, we're playing zone. He runs out and lets a guy drive right by him like a matador kind of thing. You can't do those kind of things. But he had 3 straight games in double figures. He does a nice job passing the basketball. We're a threat to run the ball more when he's in there. Joel came in, gave us a big basket at one point in the second half too when we were struggling a little bit, and Desmond really gives us better play defensively. So mix right there is pretty good mix, and hopefully they'll keep doing it well. But Kennedy's going to be a very good player. He's just got to work extremely hard on his body for the next several years. If he does, then he's going to be a big time player.
Anybody else take one more?
What did you think of the foul on toe-to-toe at the end of the first half, and what did you say to him at halftime as well as the rest of the team?
I thought it was a foul, and I said that's not a very smart play. You know, and I was mad at everybody because we didn't execute the play properly on the offensive side, and then the ball was in play, and we had 2 guys that stopped, not even running back. So I was mad about the whole thing, not just the foul that I didn't think was a very smart foul, to say the least.